I see only one way to proceed. I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Ferelden's nobility in the city of Denerim. There, Ferelden can decide who shall rule, one way or another. It will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies. In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden Treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn Horde.
Terran Cousland and his wife are dead, Your Majesty. Arl Howe has shown himself a traitor and overtaken Haworth Castle. Had we not escaped, he would have killed us and told you any story he wished.
I will turn my army north and bring Howe to justice. You have my word.
So long as Arl Howe pays, I'm happy.
I am not you, Marjolaine. I left because I didn't want to become you.
Oh, but you are me. You cannot escape it. No one will understand you the way I do, because we are one and the same.
You're quite taken with each other, aren't you?
Yes, quite.
I've noticed your blossoming relationship, and I wanted to ask you where you thought it was going. Alistair is a fine lad, skilled in battle, but quite inexperienced when it comes to affairs of the heart. I would hate to see him get hurt.
Are you saying I might hurt Alistair?
Not intentionally, no. But there is great potential for tragedy here, for one or both of you. You are both Grey Wardens, and he is the son of a king. You have responsibilities which supersede your personal desires.
I'm a human being with emotions, not just a Grey Warden.
Love is ultimately selfish. It demands that one be devoted to a single person who may fully occupy one's mind and heart to the exclusion of all else. A Grey Warden cannot afford to be selfish. You may be forced to make a choice between saving your love and saving everyone else. And then what would you do?
You're making things sound more dire than they are.
Nothing is certain. Not in these times. You cannot take anything for granted. I want you to be aware of this.
Alistair and I can handle whatever comes our way.
If you insist, I have given my advice. Do with it what you will.
Do you remember our discussion?
Yes, of course.
I just wanted to tell you that I thought about what you told me, and you were right. I didn't want to admit it, even to myself, but those years in Lothering, I yearned for the freedom and the recklessness that I knew in Orlais. The Maker made the world beautiful, but he also made it dangerous. To really experience it, I have to embrace this, not hide away in some nunnery.
You're not meant for a cloister. You never were.
Sometimes, it takes another to show us the truths we hide from ourselves.
It was my pleasure.
I'm glad I left Lothering in your company. You have proven a true friend, and I thank the Maker for you.
Are you feeling better about what happened with Marjolaine?
Yes, a little better. Time heals all wounds, so they say. Scars remain, but they are just colors in the painting that is my life, no?
I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
I wish things had happened differently, but knowing her and knowing me, I don't think it could have. We had good times, though, and I look back on those fondly. Whatever happened after will never change the truth of the past.
You know you can talk to me if you need to.
It's not so bad. Look, now I have new friends, a new family. In spite of it all, life is good.
So, how would you like to join me in my tent?
Join you? In your tent?
If you don't want to.
Oh, that's not it at all. Not that I want to seem overeager. I must sound like a fool. You know that I've never done anything like this with anyone. I was quite sheltered after all. I care for you so much. Whenever I think of this, I feel like a bumbling idiot, all hands. I wish I could be better at this. I want it to be right.
You need to relax, Alistair.
I really do, don't I? I keep telling myself that. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a shot, if you are.
Just follow my lead, Alistair.
Right. I'm going to stop talking now. You know, according to all the sisters at the monastery, I should have been struck by lightning by now.
Is that so?
Yep. Lightning first, then the end of civilization as we know it. I'm a bad, bad man. You do realize the rest of our little party here is going to talk, right? They do that.
Let them talk. I don't care.
Oh, sure, now you say that. By tomorrow, it'll be icy glares and awkward silences right before battle. Just you watch. So, what now? Where do we go from here?
We stay together, no matter what happens.
Right, I can handle that. I hope. Before we go, have I told you that I love you? I did. Well, it won't kill you to hear it again, will it?
I love you too.
See? Was that so hard?
What say you?
So tell me more about your adventures.
Again? Well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages involved with Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once.
If you like, certainly.
No, I'll not inflict that upon you just yet. Let's see, how about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Osrine. Did you hear of that down in these parts?
You killed a prince.
Me? Not personally, but I did take part in the attack. Prince Osrine was 4th in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Osrine once and for all. I was in one of those cells.
Is this sort of thing common in Antiva?
Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the Crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a Crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part.
Yeah, it seems like an odd way to run the country.
Antiva might seem a bit odd in that way to outsiders. We take it in stride, however. Assassins are simply part of the landscape, so to speak. My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in a river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history.
You're very lucky indeed.
It's true. I live a charmed life. One of the prostitutes that raised me was a fortune teller. Said I wouldn't die young. She was rather startled by that. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh?
Hey, Warden, you gotta hear this one. This human walks into a tavern, and there's an elf there, and she says... she says...
And then what?
She says, I don't...
I understand you've acquired all the allies you could. That's good. We can call the Landsmeet if you are ready. I would prefer not giving Loghain time to consider, but it is up to you. I do not wish to go to Denerim unless you are with me.
Let's go to Denerim now.
Excellent. I shall make the arrangements. Let us be off to Denerim, and may the Maker watch over us. Denerim is the heart and soul of Ferelden. It was the city of King Calenhad, the birthplace of Andraste. As stubborn as a Mabari, and as good to have on your side. If we defeat Loghain here, the rest of the nation will follow us. By calling the Landsmeet, I've struck the first blow. The advantage, for the moment, is ours. He will have little choice but to show himself, to oppose us directly. He will strike back at us. The only question that remains is how soon. Loghain, this is an honor that the Regent would find time to greet me personally.
How could I not welcome a man so important as to call every lord in Ferelden away from his estates, while a blight claws at our land?
The blight is why I'm here. With Cousland dead, Ferelden must have a king to lead it against the Darkspawn.
Ferelden has a strong leader. Its queen. And I lead her armies.
If Honora rules, let her speak for herself.
Ah, the Grey Warden recruit. I thought we might meet again. You have my sympathies on what happened to your order. It is unfortunate that they chose to turn against Ferelden.
I don't accept the sympathies of deserters and regicides.
You should curb your tongue. This is my city, and no safe place to speak treason. For anyone. There is talk that your illness left you feeble, Eamon. Some worry that you may no longer be fit to advise Ferelden.
Illness? Why not call your poison by its true name? Not everyone at the Landsmeet will cast aside their loyalties as easily as you and these sycophants.
How long you've been gone from court, Eamon? Don't you recognize Rendon Howe, Arl of Amaranthine and Terran of Haworth?
And current Arl of Denerim, after Urien's unfortunate fate at Ostagar. Truly, it is an embarrassment of riches.
I demand blood rights. This man murdered my family.
You have no rights. Your family surrendered them when I revealed them to be traitors to the king.
You think you can slander my family to my face? I'm really going to enjoy cutting your throat.
You are either very bold or very stupid to threaten the Ten before witnesses.
Enough, Cousland. This is not the time or place. I had hoped to talk you down from this rash course, Eamon. Our people are frightened. Our king is dead. Our land is under siege. We must be united now if we are to endure this crisis. Your own sister, Queen Rowan, fought tirelessly to see Ferelden restored. Would you see her work destroyed? You divide our nation and weaken our efforts against the Blight, with your selfish ambitions to the throne.
What efforts can there be when you outlaw the Grey Wardens?
Cousland depended on the Grey Warden's prowess against the Darkspawn, and look how well that ended. Let us speak of reality rather than tall tales. Stories will not save us.
I cannot forgive what you've done, Loghain. Perhaps the Maker can, but not I. Our people deserve a king of the Theron bloodline. Alistair will be the one to lead us to victory in this blight.
Oh, is that all I have to do? No pressure.
The Emperor of Orlais also thought I could not bring him down. Expect no more mercy than I showed him. There is nothing I would not do for my homeland.
Well, that was bracing. I didn't expect Loghain to show himself quite so soon.
Howe killed my family. I can't let him get away with it.
I would not ask you to, but bear in mind that he will be well protected by his alliance with Loghain. He always seemed the kind of man who enjoyed kicking stray dogs. I would not have thought Loghain would trust him. We need eyes and ears in the city. Loghain has been here for months. The roots of all his schemes must begin here. The sooner we find them, the better we can turn them to our advantage. Go have a look around, and see what you can turn up. Better yet, find the nobles who have arrived for the Landsmeet. Test the waters. See how many will support us. When you're ready to talk strategy, come upstairs to my sitting room. We can lay out our plans for the Landsmeet then.
Excuse me, I have to dust the Earl's sitting room.
Are you from Denerim?
No, I'm from Redcliffe. Lady Isolde brought me here to be her chambermaid last spring. I've family here, though. I beg your pardon, sir, but I really can't be seen standing about. The housekeeper will have my head. Good day.
Ah, Warden. I trust you've made yourself comfortable.
Yes, very nice.
Good, because it's likely to be your last rest for a while. This is Elina. She's...
I am Queen Honora's handmaiden. She sent me here to ask for your help.
Or perhaps the young lady prefers to speak for herself.
Why would Honora ask us for help?
The Queen, she is in a difficult position. She loved her husband, no? And trusted her father to protect him. When he returns with no king and only dark rumors, what is she to think? She worries, no? But when she tries to speak with him, he does not answer. He tells her not to trouble herself.
Are you saying the Queen believes Loghain killed Caelan?
My Queen suspects she cannot trust her father. And Loghain, he is very subtle, no? But Rendon Howe, he is privy to all the secrets and not so subtle. So she goes to Howe. A visit from the Queen to the new Earl of Denerim is only a matter of courtesy. And she demands answers.
That's crazy. Howe is a lunatic.
He calls her every sort of name, traitor being the kindest, and locks her in a guest room.
Loghain would allow that.
King Caelan was like a son to him, and Loghain left him to die. Does he love Honora more? Who can say? I think her life is in danger. I heard Howe say she would be a greater ally dead than alive, especially if her death could be blamed on Arl Eamon.
Would Loghain kill his own daughter just to frame Eamon?
We may have no choice but to trust Honora. The Queen is well loved. If Loghain succeeded in pinning her death on me, I'm not sure that's a risk we can afford to take.
So what do you propose we do?
I have some uniforms. Earl Howe hires so many new girls every day. A few more will not cause much stir. I will show you to the servants' entrance. We must slip in and out with my Queen before anyone is the wiser. I will go ahead to Howe's estate. Meet me there as soon as you can.
I'm glad you decided to help. With Honora's knowledge, we have a far better chance against Loghain.
Do you truly think Loghain's daughter would turn on him?
From Elina's story, he turned against her first. If he truly intends to sacrifice her, I think it will be strong motivation to break the parental bonds. In any event, I would far rather have the opportunity to ask such things of her than simply hear about her murder. If Honora speaks out against Loghain, hers would indeed be one of the most powerful voices of the Landsmeet.
But if I break in, can't they frame me for her murder?
No more easily than without you there. There will be none to see it, save those who are already loyal to Loghain. And given your reputation, Warden, I think Loghain knows it's safer to carry out his plots far from where you can disrupt them.
What do you know about Queen Honora?
She and Caelan were promised as children and practically raised together. She was a smart child, knew how to listen, and how to blink those big blue eyes and get anything she wanted. Her mother's looks, her father's brains, and the best tutoring Merrick's money could buy. It's a potent combination.
I should get going.
As you like. My palace is your palace.
The servants' entrance is on the other side of the house. We must slip past this crowd to reach it. We will have to be very careful. Earl Howe is inside.
What's the crowd gathered for?
The estate is in poor repair. The new Earl, he has not been very prompt in paying his workmen. I will be right behind you. This way.
No, the carpenter's craft has had enough of Howe's conveniently busy schedule. We will not be put off again. Nor will the...
I can distract the guards, but you must move quickly.
Wait, we need to put on our disguises.
Hurry! My lady does not have much time. Are you all prepared? I will go distract the guards.
What good are the uniforms if they won't get us inside?
These two know who is allowed to come and go. They will not be fooled. But the uniforms should work on most of those inside. I will lure them into the courtyard. Wait in the bushes. Oh, you must come! I saw something! By the fountain! I think it was a darkspawn.
Darkspawn?
They will drag us all underground to be eaten!
Should we call for help?
Did you fall off a cart full of stupid? Call for help? So they can see us act like scared little girls because of some knife-eared wench?
They will eat us all alive! Please, get help!
If there is something out there and we don't sound the alarm, we'll look worse than scared.
And drast these holy knickers. Fine, we'll check the courtyard, if it'll keep you from wetting yourself. But there's nothing there.
Thank you. Oh! It was over here! Quickly! Ah, it took me forever to be rid of those two. You must be careful now. The servants, they will not look closely at anyone in uniform. All guards are alike to a cook, no? But you should not draw attention to yourself. Most of the guards are new. They will not know you for a stranger at a glance. It is best you keep your distance from all of them and try to blend in.
Where's Honora?
She's in a guest room off the main hall. Andraste, guide us.
This kitchen is a disgrace. How did the old Arl servants ever cook anything in here? No one ever said the Kendalls had any sense. For Andraste's sake, don't speak ill of the dead. This roast is going to be charred on one side. There's no help for it. We'll just trim it and feed the scraps to the dogs.
I say Howe ought to level the thing and build a new one.
Yes, ma'am.
Knock down every place he owns it.
Wow, not mutton. Howe's too cheap to buy it. Cook's probably roasting the elves that broke in here.
You realize that doesn't help, right? Oh.
I fold.
I swear he's got these cards marked.
Not in the tongue, notions of the world, notions mercy be expressed before the...
The Grey Warden is here, my lady.
Thank the Maker. I would greet you properly, but I'm afraid we've had a setback.
What sort of setback?
My host was not content with leaving me under heavy guard. He sealed the door by magic.
How do we open it?
Find the mage who cast the spell. He'll most likely be at Howe's side.
I doubt he'll just open the door for me.
Well, if he didn't know you were here, he soon will.
Good. I wanted to see Howe anyway.
Thank you, Warden. My prayers go with you.
Count Howe will probably be in his rooms. They're at the end of the hall, on the left. Count Howe is probably in his rooms. The last door on your left.
What? Who goes there?
I thank you for creating such distraction, stranger. I have been waiting days for the opportunity. Do you think you could...
Alistair? Is that you? Who... Wait. I do know you. You were at my joining. He's one of us. A warden from Orlais. Jada, I think. Or was it Montserrat? I'm afraid I don't remember your name.
I'm Riordan, Senior Warden of Jada, but born and bred in Haworth, and glad to be home.
How did Arl Howe capture you?
With an offer of hospitality and a poisoned chalice. I was fool enough to think Loghain didn't yet know who I was.
What are you doing here?
For the most part, attempting to hold my tongue. I was sent when we received no word from King Caelan as to the outcome at Ostagar. The king had invited all the wardens of Orlais and their support troops to join him. Then nothing.
How large a force did you bring with you?
We had 200 wardens and 24 divisions of cavalry. The first we heard of Loghain's edict was when everyone was turned back at the border. That was when the rumor reached us that wardens were being blamed for the massacre. We finally decided it was safest to send someone alone to learn how best to fight the Blight and this regime simultaneously. As a native Ferelden, I volunteered to make the crossing.
But the Archdemon's nearly here. Will we have no help?
The other wardens won't risk their strength fighting Ferelden's civil war. If they spend themselves against Loghain, there is truly no hope. They recall accounts of the first Blight, how many cities fell. If Ferelden is too foolish to save itself, at least, we'll be ready when the Archdemon leads its forces further. Besides, I hear you haven't been doing badly at raising an army yourself. But perhaps if the edict can be lifted, I will send a message as soon as we are gone from this place.
Where's Howe?
I saw him going to the dungeons. He may still be there.
Why don't you come with me?
I wouldn't be much use to you in my current condition. And if you'll pardon me, I've a sudden desire to breathe some free air. I will seek you out later, after I find a good physician. And good luck, sister.
Who goes?
Elissa.
Anybody tries to come in here without Howe's say-so, we get to do what we like with them. I think we finally got a bit of entertainment here, lads.
Don't leave me here. Get me out of here. That's an order. Was this supposed to be a lesson? Did my father think it funny to leave me for so long before sending you?
Who are you?
Then my father didn't send you? I am Oswin, son of Ban Sigurd, of the Dragon's Peak Bannon. If you aren't one of our soldiers, pray tell me, who should I be thanking for my rescue?
I am Elissa, of the Grey Wardens.
Then I have no question about why you would come, Warden. For it is your men who have suffered the most here. You have my heartfelt gratitude. And I assume the gratitude of the entire Dragon's Peak Bannon. If my father sent no one after me, I can only assume that he does not yet know the true colors of the snakes he is allied with. But if you talk to him, I'm certain he would offer you any reward you might ask.
Will your father side against Logain at the Landsmeet?
Then there is a Landsmeet after all. Howe said the Earl of Redcliffe was dead, and the Landsmeet called off. I swear, if there be any forum to speak out against Logain, my father will be there. Now, please, I must try to get to him. I cannot see the last of this place too soon.
Yeah!
Sounding the horns for retreat. Do you hear it? Do you hear the dogs howling?
64 silver for me. And a key. We should be able to open the cells with this.
They said to retreat. The horns sounded and we turned, and then the screams. We rode and they screamed and screamed and...
You mean retreat? Were you at Ostagar?
Mother, can you smell the blood? They said it was only Darkspawn. But we ate them too. They died, and we left them in the swamp. The witch. The witch!
He's obviously mad. I don't think you'll get anything more out of him.
You're free now. Go somewhere safe.
Safe? Is there a safe? Perhaps next door?
What month is it? Are you some enemy of Arl Eamon's? Please, I feel like I've spent half my life down here.
Arl Eamon died months ago.
Dead? Then who's ruling? His son, Vaughn. He struck me down and I woke up here. People were so angry, they were thinking of petitioning the king.
The king is dead as well. Logain rules in his place.
There have been many changes since they caught me. I need to find out what happened. I need to get home, or flee the city. I thank you for your aid, stranger. I wish I had more than gratitude to offer.
Well, look here. Bryce Cousland's little Spitfire, all grown up and still playing the man. I never thought you'd be fool enough to turn up here. And then, I never thought you'd live, either.
Glad to disappoint you. It won't be the last time.
Is this about your family? Still? But I have done so much more than wipe your name from Ferelden memory. And what's left? A fool husk of a daughter, likely to end her days under a rock in the deep roads. Even the wardens are gone. You're the last of nothing. This is pointless. You've lost.
I know your game. No shadows, no lies. Just you and me.
There it is, right there. That damn look in the eye that marked every Cousland success that held me back. It would appear that you have made something of yourself after all. Your father would be proud. I, on the other hand, want you dead more than ever.
What?
make her spit on you. I deserved more.
The veil holds no uncertainty for her. She will know no fear of death, for the Maker shall be her beacon and her shield, her foundation and her sword. It's over.
Who's there? Stay away. You can't do this to me. I'll have you all flayed. I'm the Arl of Denerim.
Arl Eamon died at Ostagar. Who are you?
I'm Vaughan Kendalls, heir to the Arling of Denerim. It's true. Too many of our troops were lost at Ostagar. When the riots started, Howe came with men to reinforce the garrison here. Or that's what he claimed. As soon as I let him into the palace, he threw me in here. One more victim of the Elven uprising, he said. Let me out of here. I'll do anything.
What caused the elves to rebel?
You know how elves are. Every now and then they start to think they're people, and you have to put them back in their proper place.
Nobody's missed you. You can stay here.
What? You fat whore. Come back here. Let me out.
Maker have mercy on your faithful servant. Grant me a place at your side. Grant me the cleansing flames. Andraste, Bride of the Maker, have mercy on me. Alstana, is that you, little sister? No, I don't know you, do I? Are you real?
Are you all right?
Alstana? I don't know. Where is my sister? Have you seen her? I'm Erminric, Knight Lieutenant of the Denerim Chantry. You aren't one of the Tern's men?
He sounds like he's in lyrium withdrawal. He's got all the signs, confusion, weepiness. He probably doesn't even know what he's saying. If the Grand Cleric knew he were in here, she'd be spitting hot coals. Nobles don't have authority over Templars.
I failed in my duties, Maker. Forgive me. I failed, and there's no telling what he's done.
Who are you talking about?
The Malefica. He had turned blood magic upon Templars and Circle mages to escape from his tower. Near Redcliffe, I cornered him, but the Tern's men took him from me and brought me here.
This Malefica, was his name Jowan?
Yes. He destroyed his phylactery. We were spread out, trying to find him. I was alone. You are real, aren't you? My dreams are so strange now. Please, if you're not a dream, help me.
You realize the door is open, right? You're free.
No one can free me from failure, save Blessed Andraste.
What do you want me to do?
Give this ring to my sister, Alstana. Tell her I'm sorry. Please, ask her to pray for me.
My thanks.
Aren't you a little short for a guard?
Funny. Very funny. We must go quickly and avoid notice. If Howe's people find me, I'll be killed. And my people will insist on escorting me back to the palace, where my father may also have me killed.
Warden, in the name of the Regent, I am placing you under arrest for the murder of Rendon Howe and his men-at-arms. Surrender, and you may be shown mercy.
I'm here to free Honora, who was held captive.
Don't be ridiculous. The Queen isn't being held prisoner here or anywhere else. Her father would never stand for such a thing.
She's right here. Tell her, Honora.
What?
Sir Catherine! Praise the Maker you're here. This brigand tried to kidnap me.
What?
Unbelievable. Bring them down! Loghain wants the Warden, dead or alive!
Eamon, I may have done a terrible thing.
Wasn't it?
No honor, no gratitude, slight grasp of the obvious. Fine ruler you have here.
What in Andraste's name has happened? Are you all right?
The wardens have been captured.
What? How could this happen?
Never mind that. The question is how to free her.
Surely you mean them, Your Highness. We need Alistair too.
Yes, of course, I meant Alistair too. Couthrian will take her to Fort Draken. Getting in will be no small feat.
Oh, you're awake. I was starting to worry.
Are you all right?
I've been worse. I'll be better still when we get out of here.
The others are coming. Don't worry.
I hope you're right.
State your business.
We have come to perform last rites for a condemned prisoner.
What for? Mother Augustine is already here.
Mother Augustine is but one frail woman. There is much praying to be done now. 'Twould be too great a burden for just one priest.
Now more than ever, the chant of light must be sung from even the meanest of places. A single voice will hardly reach the Maker's ear over the cacophony of human suffering.
Ah, fine. Wait over there. I'll get the captain.
Fate truly has a sense of humor. That tale should have fooled no one.
Everyone trusts priests. It's only natural.
If you believe that, you are a bigger fool than those guards.
All right, what's this about?
We have been sent to minister the chant for the prisoners here.
How many priests does it take to pray for a handful of wretched criminals? Fine. I'm not one to argue with the chantry.
Oh, I wasn't expecting... Did Boanne send you? I already told her I'm old, not dead. I can handle the work here perfectly well.
I'm sorry.
I've served the Chantry longer than she has. And what do I get? Wouldn't you like to retire, Mother Augustine? Retire? I have not spent 30 years ministering to the condemned to spend my days gardening and tatting lace, I'll tell you that. Preposterous idea.
I had no idea we were being sent here to slight you. That's unconscionable.
It's an offense against the Maker is what it is. And it's about time I did something about it. Be good enough to mind the chapel for me, would you, dear? I'm going to give that woman a piece of my mind.
This might be tricky.
If you wish to plan, do it quickly. They may be taking the warden for execution as we speak.
State your business.
So this is your lot in life. Are you satisfied?
What do you mean?
They task you with standing here for hours. All day, perhaps? What a life you must lead, full of wonder and excitement.
That's true, I guess.
No doubt your masters prefer that you never think on it. Better that their peons continue to think themselves free.
You have a point. This isn't what I had in mind when I signed on with the army. I'm going to live my life before it's too late. Let somebody else guard their stupid door.
Best prepare for battle. No one will believe we belong here.
Intruders!
Yes, of
It's
course.
your time to die!
I'll do it.
Another battle, I see.
dirty.
Defend yourself!
Too easy. Come quickly, Warden, though I doubt you are inclined to linger.
There you are. Follow me, the Arl is waiting for us.